It's your boy Dame Dozha here with my brother
DJ Deceptacon.
and it's the Word Under That podcast. This one here, I'm saying it every time because it's just a special thing to be in podcasting at this given moment because it's just so much to talk about and you get to meet so many brilliant, beautiful people. And this beautiful person has been representing for so many people for so long, asking so many questions, finding out what we need to know about your favorite personalities from all over the U.S., but especially in the black space. So I'm very excited to have a conversation from black media to hip-hop, politics, and a little bit of fashion because this diva, she's always fashionably early and fashionably professional.
Period.
And I just want to say, it's just an honor to have you on the platform because again, you've done so much in the space in a short period of time, and I think that you got so much more coming along. So as my partner get the sound together, I want everybody to welcome the great Carisha The Diva to the Word of That podcast.
Very nice.
Yes. I've seen you around doing your thing, and I've admired from afar.
Thank
I
you.
watched a few. Well, it's almost impossible not to see an interview if you pay attention to the hip hop space in Atlanta in the last 4 or 5 years. So your story aligns with mine in many ways. But I've never gotten a chance to actually learn about you personally. So upon seeing the interview book, shout out to the PR or whoever had made it happen. But upon seeing it, I was like, all right, wow, we get a chance to sit down with someone who sits down and interviews. So this is an interviewer interviewing.
The interview of the interviewer.
Yeah. The interview of the interviewer. Yes, if you will. So again, if for those that we are educating in podcasting, let's let them know from your point of view who you are and where you're from and what you do.
Who am I? Okay, so like you said, my name is Carisha. First of all, it was the warm welcome for me.
Okay.
You really been watching me?
Hey man, you out here. You won like the ATL Media of the Year like 4 times in a row. What they give you? Lifetime supply of podcast mics and
No, but that would
clientele.
be nice. That would be a nice gift. A nice supply. Yeah, that'd be dope. A supply of
I need to
mics.
put that together. We might need to
Yeah,
put that together.
yeah.
For real.
We'll take that.
What they give you?
Right.
No.
But nah, yeah, you out here, Shawty.
Thank you. Well, Leah, I'm Carisha. Like you said, you done handled everything in the intro.
Right.
You done list. I do
I try.
media, hosting, interviews, and
She from Philly,
I am.
and they just won the Super Bowl.
We did.
Congrats.
Thank you. It was a great game. That was
I lost
fun.
some money, but congrats.
I would have. I should have bet.
You should have bet.
I
Yeah, you
shoulda.
should have bet.
I shoulda.
Oh,
my
I was
goodness.
mad. I
I
was
should
mad.
have.
Yeah, I was mad.
So yes,
Whoa, tell them the name of your show.
The Live with Carisha show, #1 talk show in Atlanta.
hey. You know,
Lit.
I can't wait. I've been working on my story, and I'll be ready one day.
You come on down. We would love to have you. Yeah.
But now it's time. Okay, so let's give them the cliche. When did you start?
The cliche. Everyone always asks me that. I've always done this.
Her whole
Everybody,
life.
I'm hearing so many things like how she getting this person, how she doing this interview. Yo, I've been doing this for so long.
Yeah.
I did not just wake up and put on a red wig.
Tell them about
and
it.
start doing it.
Tell them about it.
Listen, before I was doing interviews when I was a baby, like I turned my mom's living room into like a talk show set and was bringing strangers in her house. Child, one time she walked into the living room, she just looked at me like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "It's a talk show."
Oh, that's lit.
She was like, "What do you
That's
mean
lit.
it's a talk show? Who was this girl?" And then when she seen the girl that I was interviewing, I was like, "Mom, this is Miss New Jersey.
Yeah.
She's a pageant winner."
Yeah, we
She
ain't
was like,
playing. We not playing.
"Oh,
We
okay."
not playing.
Ain't
So
playing with it.
Yeah. So y'all want some snacks or something?
Oh,
Like,
that's
right.
lit.
Thank you, Mom, for
Thanks, Mom.
facilitating
Yeah.
this talent right
Yeah.
here. Talent again that interviews the talent. So let's talk about. Let's just. I'm gonna just be a little cliche, but also just be random.
Okay.
Let's talk about talk shows. Your favorite talk shows. Let's get 3 of them.
My
Just
favorite
growing
talk
up.
show growing up.
Yeah.
Oh God! Of course, Jerry Springer.
Everyone, let's all participate.
Okay.
Okay,
Jerry
so my
Jerry
3. All right,
Springer.
top 3 growing up.
Shout out Jerry.
Definitely Jerry.
Jerry.
All right, so this is about to go all the way back in
Jerry.
time. But I used to like Ricky Lake.
Ricky
Oh, I was
Lake.
gonna say Ricky. Oh man, she
Who
went
that?
into it.
Who
Okay,
that? And then
okay.
Wendy, like of course.
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie. Hey, shout out
All
to
right,
Wendy, but
okay.
I don't like that show like that.
All right.
What? I loved her show.
Her show is very much for women.
So since you don't like Ricky, since you
Yeah.
don't like
It's supposed to
Wendy, I mean, give 3 that
Yes.
she didn't
Okay,
give.
Jerry for show.
For
No,
sure.
no, she gave those. You have to give
Oh, I
3
got
that
3
she didn't
different ones.
give.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. Montel Jordan.
Yes.
Oh, Montel Jordan. Ooh, I said Montel Jordan. Montel Williams, right?
Okay, the Montel Williams, so.
My boy, Maury for sure, and I'm gonna throw Oprah on there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw Oprah on there. Oprah,
I
Oprah
mean,
did a dope job.
I thought that
man.
you was gonna say Oprah.
I
We
mean,
are sitting next to the next Oprah. Put it out there. Put it in the air.
For sure.
Put it in
Receive.
the
Thank
air.
you.
Yes. So I'll go last, and those were very, very honorable people that you all have named. I'll go ahead and say Arsenio Hall,
Yes.
lit.
Donahue,
Ooh,
and did you say Maury?
yeah, I said
Yeah, he
Maury.
did.
Take breath from what's the Larry King?
Johnny Carson.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'll go nighttime.
Okay.
You guys were
That's hard.
daytime.
You
I'm
changed
I'm
it up
night
though.
owl.
If we're going nighttime, Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Those are my guys.
Mine will be very different. Mine is all political. I got my boy.
Political.
What's the guy from South Africa? My boy from
Oh,
South Africa.
Trevor Noah.
Trevor Noah, right?
Love him.
Trevor
So
Noah.
I like him, but I like his 2 predecessors, Stephen Colbert and he's doing it now. He's doing the show now. Jon Stewart.
Stephen is that
Stephen
guy.
Colbert and Jon Stewart. Talking about they be on it, and
Okay, y'all
they're
on
very
y'all-
democratic.
y'all
but
on
it
y'all
is what
stuff.
it is.
I
You
like
know what I'm
Stephen.
saying?
Okay,
They're
I
very
like that.
democratic.
That's growth.
Those with growth.
That's growth from you.
I was watching them first.
That's growth from you.
First, bro. I have been a Democrat my entire life.
Hey, I didn't.
Sir.
I didn't ask for your
See,
political
he trying to
affiliation.
throw those little shots.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't ask for your political
Little shots
affiliation.
at
yet.
me. You feel me?
We'll talk about that a little later. But for right now, we're talking about the TV shows.
We gonna
and
play it safe.
those
We
are-
playing it
Yeah,
safe right
yeah,
now.
those are all respectable. Shout out to the media overall, but I think that black media in particular is very important, especially in a time like now. But from your perspective, can you speak on the importance of black media?
Oh, it's so important. It's that we need that space, especially with so much going on right now with the DEI situation and the political situation. We need professional
Black media.
Yeah.
to not be afraid to talk about what's going on in our community and not be biased as well.
The only way that I feel like you can do that is being completely and utterly independent with your own independent fan base, like somebody like yourself. For
That's the
instance.
only way you
the moment you go network, you know what I'm saying,
You get
you're
fired.
going to be limited because you have to be on one side or the other. There's I don't think there's really any media outlet that's completely unbiased.
And I don't think there's any media outlet that's completely independent versus the ones that are on Twitch. Because you're always going to have sponsors that you are going to represent. So even from those of like all the way down to like academics or there's Don Lemon, you will always have kind of somebody over you, particularly because we are black and particularly because, you know, the media space have been without us for so long.
I have an idea. What if we do kind of like what if somebody had like the platform, right? But they make it their mission to only have equal representation from each political party. So like if the Republicans donate $1 million, right? They can't take any more donations from the Republicans until the Democrats spend the same amount.
Towards that media platform,
Yeah.
I mean,
Does that make sense?
I don't think it's
So then they could be.
I don't think it's lucrative.
what's the point though?
But what are you trying to do? Are you trying to be honest and non-biased media, or are you trying to be lucrative? It's like one of those sacrificial lamb type of situations. But once you do it, because there's a couple fact-checking sites that are trying to do that now. Like there are fact-checking sites that are very much half and half, like nothing but the facts. Doesn't matter what side it represents or who it comes from, and they don't care. Those are technically media outlets. Even though they're fact-checking sites, they're still media outlets. But if it was an actual platform with people on it speaking, that would be a little different.
And that's the key thing, people.
Yeah.
Maybe something that like what you're speaking on is becoming a possibility thanks to AI and thanks to technology that we will see that will probably be robots that will be reporting from a completely non-biased point of view. But again, people have lives, even though they have to leave that on a professional table. I mean, away from the professional table. People have lives, bro. And when they go through shit and they come and have to report on different things, that's when it comes out. Especially again with the current climate, because it's for one a conversation that's interesting, right? It's a conversation that's very relatable and it's fiery.
Yeah.
So being biased for whatever way that you tilt that's what's making it lucrative. And also in the words of from your boy Ye, it's provocative. It gets the people
going.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. That
even with the media, I think the biggest problem though with black media outlets, we got to take it a step further, because before we can have like a successful black media outlet, we need black networks where the media outlets can pitch on and be on. Like no matter how big of a black media outlet we're going to have, we're still gatekept by like the 5 major networks that are all owned by like.
Here's the thing. That's why we have to get so much more involved in government on both sides of the aisle, because who owns the radio stations?
Exactly.
Who owns the TV airways? They were both developed because of the military. So the United States funded the development of those radio stations and those TV outlets. So then from there, I mean, the internet has kind of leveled the playing field a little more, so we could kind of do it that way. But if terrestrial radio and terrestrial television are run by the government, what can you do?
For me, I'll just say kind of to move to the next topic. I agree that we would need unbiased, and that would be nice. But I also understand being, for one, not independent, and wanting to aspire to be a part of a network per se. And like it's basically the same conversation that we have with artists that say, "Oh, I'm going to remain independent because I'll have the freedom to release when I want to release, and I could do this and that." And they'd be like, "Yeah, but you want to be at those award shows, don't you? You want those certain accolades that come with being a part of the program."
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean,
machine.
that's kind of a conversation that may go towards people that have more of a legacy, like Oprah, and those black media personnels that kind of went beyond media as far as when they grew out of media, I'll say. But for us, like, what made you decide to kind of come independent? Like, not necessarily you name your show Carisha Live. Everything about your show, it seems that you have this big machine behind you, and it's you.
Right.
You're asking me what made me want to go independent.
Like, that's a bad question, because you're actually starting independent. But as a solo act, explain the hurdles that you go through as a solo media conglomerate. I mean,
oh gosh, it's so many of them. Jesus, being taken seriously because you're a woman.
Okay.
Being taken seriously because you're a black woman. You can go. I can unpeel that back. But being taken seriously because you're a black woman and you don't want to use your body for connections. It's that alone is like, that's a battle right there, because there's so many people. We can speak our truth, and we can talk. We can cuss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no.
There's so many people
yeah.
that be holding their nuts over my head in this city.
This is what we hit. Like, this
like
is we are. It's us.
It's a lot. That battling with obviously major networks.
Yeah.
Funding, of course, is always an issue. And then sometimes it's the guests. Like sometimes the celebrities these days, they ask for a big bag to come on the show. Now media is like big money. They're asking for what you pay for them to walk through the club to come do an interview.
Yeah.
These rappers, these celebrities, they're treating sit down interviews like you doing club appearances.
Right.
Like
it's the same turnaround. Like
Yeah.
we selling tickets, like we selling alcohol, right. And then like we packaging it up after that and it's selling advertising slots like it's every moment is the Super Bowl. And I want to like, again, this is kind of just a conversation because honestly, Carisha, you are the talent that interviews the talent. And I wanted to ask, how do you and why do you talk so much about all of these people when really we are the shit?
I gotta start realizing that. I mean, I try to be humble though. I feel like I always give credit to people when they do amazing things. So I don't care who it is. If you did something dope, then I'm definitely gonna give you your flowers.
That's real.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you just been used to giving flowers all your life.
Yes.
much, right?
I feel like I'm always the person that's supportive and tapping into everybody's
What's your
stuff. And
sign?
I'm a Pisces.
Okay.
Yes, that's the other part too.
Yeah.
Every fucking year, I see your birthday.
Oh.
That's why. When's your birthday?
February 19th.
And I'm the 21st.
You're a Pisces.
And my daughters are 24.
Oh,
Hers is the
it's
15th.
like, what are you doing, God? I get it.
That Pisces
I understand.
energy is strong.
We're having
Serious.
a Pisces
It's a moment.
parade.
It's a moment.
It's been like,
Glockiana, Pisces.
Yeah. Rihanna.
Rihanna.
the marathon, the Pisces marathon. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. But anyway, again, I feel that we, because I'm a Libra, and I also feel that I'm just, but
Y'all lied.
I feel like I
Pisces
also
season,
have
sir.
no problem congratulating, giving flowers, giving recognition, giving the story, accurate story. I had always had aspirations to be in journalism, but at this point in life, it seems that being accurate and or just especially in hip hop, just kind of giving a critique amongst the fodder of so many different opinions and so many different because some of these opinions are made up. A lot of stuff online at them that AI is like, who are these bots that are kind of controlling the narrative, whether it be politically or what we just seen happen with Drake and Kendrick. And I feel like it's people like yourself and what this platform is about that's keeping the bottom line and the history correct. You know?
I agree.
And allowing us to tell our own narratives. And again, in the age of Trump, or for some it may be the dark age of Trump, some it may be the golden age of Trump. The thing that we must continue to remind ourselves and continue to just embed in our brains that you control your narrative if you are consistent with telling your narrative and living your narrative.
I totally agree. These days, I feel like that's where I'm at mentally, and like with the workload today. I'm just gonna just focus on me, stay focused on Lava Carisha. If something goes wrong today, you got to learn how to pivot.
Yeah.
You got to know when you get this. Okay, let me go try something else, take another route. So, but as long as you stay consistent, you should be able to control the narrative and stay prayed up. So I totally agree right there.
Definitely. And again, you interview so many people, and you learn, like, people just get used to kind of telling you how they feel, and keeping and you sometimes like have to keep it neutral when you may not always want to be so neutral. What are some of the hardest interviews that you've had where you were interviewing someone that you may not have been a big fan of? And you don't have to say like their names, but just describe the moment.
Well, everybody on my show, I love to death. So I can't even say with Lava Carisha. I don't. because we make it's our show.
Right.
So me and my manager, we decide who we're going to bring to the show. So anybody who's been on the Lava Carisha show, Carisha loves you all dearly. I can't think of not a single artist, celebrity, or rapper that's been on this show that I could say anything like that. I've learned from so many of them. Now in real life, just like red carpet interviews, I can't even think. I've never really met a person of interest who I didn't really have a good conversation with.
That's good.
I might have, might have disagreed with their views on something, but overall the conversation was good. It's not a very long conversation on the red carpet anyway. You only talk to somebody for about 2-3 minutes, so you don't really have time to get their whole life story.
Right.
So we kind of do that here. Like people that we rock with that have good energy, that's who we get.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That we've worked with before, we've had interactions with before. Their name just is consistently in our algorithm. So it's like, okay, these are our peers. These are our people. So these are the people that we want to connect with. And we want to get their story, who they are, and give them a chance to be interviewed. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times they're always on the forefront of everything and they're doing things for other people, et cetera, et cetera. But when do you get a time to get your flowers? So that's what this is for.
I love that. Now, I did want Kevin Samuels on the show. Because I definitely went. Now, that's somebody I feel like that conversation would have been like, okay.
I think you would have agreed with a lot of what he had to say.
We'll never know.
Yeah,
we'll never know.
We'll never know.
I
But
like that. I like that.
I definitely wanted to
grace.
get him in the hot seat and talk some more about what his opinions on different things and just get better understanding.
How much of his stuff did you watch? If you just
I watched some of it. I felt like.
Have you ever watched an entire episode start to finish?
No, because some of the stuff he said was insane.
See, that's the
it was the
problem.
rating for me.
That's the problem.
He turned me off at the rating.
That's the problem.
The 1 to 10 against black women, and when he was, what did he say? When you ask a black woman to rate yourself 1 to 10, and you say no makeup, no wigs, how you look when you come out the shower, 10 being 10 is not even a Beyonce. Beyonce's a 7, Kelly Rowland's an 8. First of all, you have to be
8 and 9.
Let's be realistic. Beyonce is not a 7.
No, it was 8 and 9. He said she was an 8. Beyonce was an 8.
If Beyonce is an 8, then what is everybody else?
A 10 was Dorothy Dandridge, is who he said. Was Dorothy Dandridge? He said that was a 10.
Well, the whole idea of it being, it's his rating system. So it's, contrary to what he believes. So, you got to just accept that. Because everyone has an opinion and an asshole. I might have messed it up.
Now, what he didn't do, he didn't rank any white women above Beyonce. And
I mean, even if he did, there are some beautiful white women above Beyonce.
There probably are.
Possibly.
We're not saying that there
That's
aren't.
personal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's personal.
But then it was just the way he would say it. Like,
here's the problem.
No,
so let me defend the Kevin Samuels. You
gotta be a size 5.
So look, here's the thing. If you ever get the chance, because most people who don't like Kevin Samuels have never watched the full episode, which is why I asked you that. Because he's one of the most polite gentlemen that you would run into. That's why he considered himself a gentleman. It was polite gentleman. He's polite. He starts the show off. He says, "Hey, I want to talk to people who have disagreements. So, what is your disagreement?" Is the first thing he asks. Then they'll say whatever their disagreement might be. And he says, "Okay, cool. All right. So you feel like women, big plus size women and women over 40 can't get no man," is what they'll say. And he says, "No, statistically, I'm saying it's less likely." That's reasonable. Then they'll say, "No, I'm a 10. Shorty is 280 pounds. The thing about it is that he'll say, "Well, ma'am, you know what I mean? I'm not saying you can't get a man, but what man do you think you deserve?" She will say, "A 6 foot, 6-figure, 9-inch dick nigga."
High value man.
A high value man.
She want a high value man.
But that's her response. Her response to that question of what do you feel like you deserve? High value man making this amount of money, this, da-da-da-da. Ma'am, I work with the same men that you say you want because of his profession.
Right.
Where even from fashion and him working in sales on fashion all the way up to the current date of him being a mentor, image consultant. That's literally who he was working for. So he was like, "Hey, look, man, I'm being honest. All the men who I talk to, they like their women fit, feminine, and it was another one or whatever.
White.
3 Fs.
And
No,
I
not
agree
white.
with
Not
I
white
do-
at all. He never
I
said
know,
that.
I know.
Yeah, don't stop trolling.
It's a joke, bro.
This
Joke.
is serious because
But they do.
There's a lot of black
But
women.
they do.
That's fine, but there's a lot of black women who have a very bad taste in their mouth from Kevin Samuels, and it's all been from hot clips.
But listen, do I feel like I've have a bad taste where I thought he was a bad person? No. Do I feel like he said some things that the black community should work on? Yes, because at the end of the day, I give him his respect and his flowers because that man really believed in the black family unit.
Yes.
He was big on that, and that's something that is very, very important in our community today. I do feel like he came from a place of tough love, and
Yes.
my sisters, I love black women. I'm very, very big on women empowerment, but sometimes we don't like to hear the truth.
Correct.
And the part about the high value man, and you want a man that's 6'6", you want him to be tall, you want him to make $100,000 a year. A lot of black men don't make that amount of money. So
This is true.
sometimes you have to, you're not settling, but it won't hurt to look at the guy who makes, I'm gonna say 40 is too low. I'm not even gonna agree with that. But 50, 60 is cool.
This is why I said if you actually got to interview him, I believe you would have agreed with most of what he said.
I would have liked to talk to more about it on my platform.
People
And
don't like.
I'm gonna settle for you saying
He's
that
never watched the full episode.
women
so I don't trust his word. on
don't
any of this.
always like to hear the truth. Hey, like for you saying that sometimes when I'll accept.
Because
all,
I agree. Men who have money, men who are successful, the ones that are, and I travel a lot, so I meet even in the industry, I get hit on by men all the time. Like I meet men who are successful, nice, good bodies, good jobs, everything. Those kind of men, they want you to be fit. They want you to be fit. You have to have good English. You have to be very soft, very demure, very cutesy,
very
very
demure.
feminine energy. I even will change my language around those kind of guys because they don't want to see you. They don't want to hear you cussing and talking out the side of your mouth. Like they want a
I'm
nice
on both
classy
sides.
girl.
Look, but it's
I
what
try
you
to be
it's what
funny,
you
but
want.
y'all
It's what
get-
you
y'all get
want.
so serious.
No, because it's a serious topic. Because the black family and being a family unit, that's something that we should strive towards. Because it's one of the main problems we have as a society
I agree.
as black people, bro. No fathers in the home, no fathers being active. You know what I'm saying, in their children's lives. And a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, you can't just blame it all on the fathers. You go through things as a man from the women in your life too. He has experiences with that from people that he knows. Me, the same thing with me. So it's not like it's not real life stuff. And then too many people sweep it under the rug, make a joke about it, think it's funny, poke fun at it, and never take it seriously.
Yeah.
So
On that,
that's
I'm
why
on both
I'm
sides.
having
have a
this
story
conversation
because
right now.
I feel like
Yeah.
I agree with you on that one.
But-
I think the question is, how do we fix it?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
it. That's simple. I think fixing it is simple. It's actually making people look in the mirror at what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to feel like you're less of an individual just because of a ranking system. But you should always strive to be better as a person. I have flaws. You have flaws. We all have flaws. Some flaws you can't help. You can't help that you were born under 6 foot. But outside of that, be the best man
Where
you can
did
be.
that come from? Why does
Women.
a black man have
Women.
to be? I've
Women.
never,
It's come from women.
5'7", 5'8", 5'9", you guys are still fine. I don't know where it is 6 foot. Why did it have to be exactly 6 foot?
NFL.
It's not just from the
How tall is
NFL.
my
I mean,
boyfriend?
NBA is
I think,
usually
no,
taller.
NBA and
whatever
the
he
NFL.
is, that's good. You don't have to be.
The NBA and the NFL, the idea of either dating someone and subjectively wanting a kid that would be possibly in the NFL or in NBA, that's kind of what people look at. But men are especially black men, we are very much guilty in the fact that I think that black men are attracted to women that wear their naturally hair, especially that hair that looks like white women. And black women are attracted to that as well because that's why they wear the hair that looks like white women. But it's natural, and that's why NFL and NBA men kind of lean towards white women in a way.
You
to
think
me.
men in the NFL and the NBA only date white women because they have hair? Is that what you're saying?
It's part of it.
Oh,
yes.
tear them up. Go
I
ahead.
totally disagree. I think that's so off. That's honestly the dumbest thing I've heard.
Men
Men
I'm
in the
gonna go on that route.
NFL and the NBA date non-black women because I feel like I honestly feel like there is more to the story that they're not telling us. I feel like the NFL is telling these brothers
It's
you'll
a
get more
gatekeeping
endorsements.
system.
You'll look good on.
That's
it'll be
also
more
a part of
opportunity
it.
for you. I feel like they're in their ear. I feel like it could be a little bit of the mothers. Sometimes our black mothers, we don't really talk to our sons about the importance of uplifting and loving on black women. And then that conversation never goes to pass until your son gets older and then he's dating a white woman. And I have an example, case in point. My brother, we would have never thought that our hood brother, shoot him up, bang bang, Justin from Camden would ever date a white girl. And then it came to him bringing a white girl home. He got her pregnant, and then we were all having a conversation like, so when did this come about? We didn't even know you liked white girls. We thought you would, get over and date a black girl. And he said, well, Mom, you never really told me about dating black girls. I didn't know it was a thing. I had to date one. So, I kind of just got with this
it's
Italian
all a
girl.
part of it.
I like
all
it being
a part of
diverse
it.
though. Like I'm not gonna tell my daughter you only date black men.
My dad
I'm not
did.
gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. That's just me personally. I don't think that that's something that I think it's a subject of parenting. However you are as a parent, you want your child to be with somebody who treats them well.
This is true.
And does right by them and loves them.
This is true.
So I don't know what color that guy's gonna be, but whoever it is, if he's a genuine guy, he loves my daughter and she loves him back, I'm cool with it. I'm not gonna lie.
make no
I would
jokes
love.
like
I mean,
that.
no matter what, I got strong ass genes. If you see my daughter, I got strong ass genes. So I don't think that there's a way that my lineage is not gonna pass through whoever she talked to. It's still gonna shine through. That blackness still gonna come through. You feel me? Being honest, you know what I'm saying?
I can't even
So I
joke.
think she's about my skin complexion, right? Like her mother's light skin, and she's about my skin complexion still.
Oh, that's crazy.
You feel me? So it's like,
I mean,
you know.
love for you, love, but the black family is definitely important. And I don't have kids yet, but I do want kids. And I will definitely instill in both, if I have a guy, a boy or a girl, the importance of black love. I feel like that's very important.
It's just
give them a shot. I think give them a shot. Give everybody a shot.
I mean,
Give 'em a
love
shot.
who you love. Yeah, of course. If you happen to find love elsewhere.
shout out to you for
I'm not going to disown you because you
the
married
black
somebody
man.
from, Peru or something.
black love. Black
But
love.
I feel like, there's nothing more amazing.
Nah, and we gonna talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Might as well. Look, this is talk show time. We talk. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I went out there on the limb. I think it's a part.
But what you said though,
Yeah,
was
it's a
wrong.
part of
with the NBA players and the NFL players. you make sure you don't say that again
hey,
because that's wrong.
hey, black
Now
women.
y'all fools running
why-
around with this in the NBA and in the NFL, running around and y'all marrying these white girls and they making y'all look stupid, taking your money. They only date you because you have money. They don't. Half of y'all not even that cute. I done seen so many NFL players with hard looking faces.
Is their hair real?
The girls,
Is for the most part, are they wearing real hair?
the white girls.
Most of them
Yes.
don't. They wear more
They
weave
wear
than black
clippers.
girls.
After the fact, just because they I know they wear weaves too, but most of the time they hair be real.
But that's not.
I don't
I
know
don't
about
think
that
that
one.
has anything to do with
I
why
think
they
it's-
date white girls.
I think it has
I'm
way
just-
more to do with behavior than it does.
I think it's.
It's a part
Then it does.
of. I think it's a part.
style.
It's not only just that. I think that black men are attracted based off of that trait in that that confidence. I think that it beholds.
I think
What
black.
confidence of a white girl with long hair?
No, of the confidence of a woman that wears her hair.
There are so many girls, like black girls, with their own hair. My twin sister's hair is super. My older sister's hair is in the middle of her back. Black women have hair. Y'all think just because we wear wigs,
Because it's not
that
just
we
white
don't
women.
have
Because
hair.
it's not just white women. It's also your Spanish, your mixed. It's just outside of being black, and it's because of the we are taught to hate ourselves on both sides of the spectrum, and it is what it is. And on the same, me going out on that limb, I'm gonna also say it comes on both sides because, again, we started by saying women seem to prefer men who are 6 feet tall or seem to measure up men by looking at the size of their feet. And these things are just subjective
Their feet.
in the same way of a guy being subjective towards a woman based off her confidence of being able to wear her hair.
I think that.
But there's so many women
I'll
in
buy
Atlanta.
out
There's
on
so
that.
many women who have wigs and weaves that keep a man that's married.
I know, I
Yeah.
understand
So that
that.
doesn't make sense.
I think attraction has to do primarily with biology, and then after the biological fact, then it's the social aspect of it. So like depending on where your genetics are from, you're going to be predisposed to like a certain thing. So with black men, let's start with white men first. With white men, they usually like girls with big breasts, right? Mm-hmm. The reason being is big breasts means you can feed multiple children. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of milk produced. You can feed multiple children. A lot of the women, you know what I'm saying, back in the day, the white women, they had a lot of triplets, quintuplets, whatever. Yeah. So
Dolly Parton.
No, I'm saying seriously though, scientifically it's been proven that that's part of the attraction. With us, black people, hips, thighs, butt. Why? Because that means you have fat storages. If we have a famine or there's low food, you can survive a couple of extra days versus a woman who was stick skinny. There's no fat reserves.
I thought it was because of also the same thing.
No, it's
because it's the childbearing hips.
Yeah, but okay, childbearing hips. That's more of a social aspect. That's not really like a scientific thing.
And the way after black women look better after they have babies than any other race.
Oh, okay, I mean that's still again subjective.
Again, it's on
subjective.
here to be. It's a podcast. I'm on here to be subjective.
I'm just speaking scientific facts first. I'm going first.
But why does everything
happens.
have to be so sexual? Why does it matter what her body looks like?
To a man, it matters.
I don't know it because we were talking about Kevin Samuels.
Oh.
Then we start talking about being fit. Then we start measuring up what women want from men.
We went all over the place.
And then we said 6 foot. You have to be 6 foot in these things. And then I said, well, those guys are usually in the NFL and NBA, and these type of guys usually date white women. And the reason that I think that it kind of correlates is because we are taught as black people to hate ourselves, and based off those teachings, we don't wear our own hair, and we do a lot of things that mimic the white culture.
I'm going to be honest and say this: out of all the NFL players and people that I know, they have never said that they just like the look of the white woman.
No one's gonna say it. It's
no. It's
not something
we're not talking about. We're not talking about a public statement.
It's not,
my brother.
They're not saying it verbally.
Private,
they're saying it with the
listen
action.
to what I'm saying.
Their actions could say that they hate themselves, though, because
That's
you
fine.
hate yourself that much that you don't want to date another black woman.
Nobody gonna say that they hate themselves, but if they have certain traits, that's telling in itself.
That's not what I'm saying at all, though. So let me finish my statement. What I'm saying is that when I spoke to them, the reason that they even dated any white women, well, part of it was environment because they were at a particular school, USC, University of Florida. They have a population of both black and white women, but majority white, a PWI. So your options are your environment. That was number one.
Those be excuses, bro.
Look, hey, let me say what my truth is. Okay. You can have your opinion. That's cool. I'm just saying that this is what I've talked to them about. These are facts from what they said. This is the case study. If you're a person who dated white women and I'm asking you, hey, bro, why you dated white women? And you tell me, hey, bro, this is why I dated this white woman.
Environment and what else?
Did you only date white women? Nah, bro, I've been dating all type of women. This is just the person that I liked at the time.
Go ahead and say the hard thing.
Cool.
You want to say the hard thing. You said environment and what else?
What's it again?
It was based off of their environment.
Oh, the environment. Their options of what they had to pick for.
And then what else?
And then the second part was demeanor.
Okay.
So as far as attitude, the acceptance, and now this is taken both ways. Some men do be on the BS. Cool. They wild, doing their thing. They sowing their royal oats, whatever the case may be. And some
they
of those
know
women
she's going to settle for that.
Will accept it.
Exactly.
But see, they're taught, a lot of these women are taught to accept it depending on the person. Like you had said, like, oh, they be doing them dirty and they be taking their money. They're looking for the bag. So it's, hey, all right, he's a successful man. I will accept this if it's leading towards marriage, but I'm only going to give it a certain amount of time, a certain amount of whatever. He can't put his hands on me. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of those things stay the same. Whereas the first instance of any type of man being wild, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And a lot of black women are taught to, we out of there, which I'm not saying is a bad thing technically. You feel me? Like, protect your peace, queen. Like, no big deal. But that is the little extra in those particular cases that allows those white women to date those black men, and they keep them around. They cheated a bunch. Those black men cheated a bunch. They've been all over town, whatever the case may be. But the white woman said, hey, as long as you ain't bring me no disease and no kids, I'm cool with it. Is that acceptable for most of our black queens? No, and I don't blame them. But at the same point, hey,
I'll just go let
what
that
is
one.
it that you want? That's what Kevin Samuels bringing it back. Hey, what do you feel like you deserve? Is what he asked them, and they exit out saying this much money, this high. You see what I'm saying? So if that's what you're saying, you're after, that pool is small. It's only 10% of all men who make over 6 figures worldwide.
10% of black men, right?
No, men.
Okay, men, period. Okay.
Worldwide, 10%. That's it. So out of all the men in the world, you're limiting yourself to a pool of 10% of all nationalities. We didn't talk about race yet. We didn't say black or white or anything. This is all colors, all races. So if you add race in, that's going to cut it in half. Well, excuse me, a third. So now you're down to what? 3% of the entire population of the
Kevin
world that
Samuels,
makes
boy.
over 6 figures and is a black man. Then you got to go into if they're gay or not. Then you have to go into if they're bisexual or not. Then you have to go into the fact of do they have kids? Is that a deal breaker for you? A man that don't have kids?
Yeah, are they free? Are they on the streets or not
Have
in
they ever been
prison?
formally
Okay, so
incarcerated?
you went like 3 different places, what you just said. So let's peel it back a little bit.
Okay,
Let's
peel
go
back.
back a little bit. Let's go back to the sports players. I agree with you there.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like with the sports player, they know that they make a good amount of money. They have a fast life, and they need somebody at home that's going to settle for the nonsense.
Correct.
And those kind of girls will definitely settle. I get it.
I think it's
I'm
two
not
sides.
saying I agree with it, but I feel like you have a easier life when you got this cute little quiet white girl at home that's gonna still cook your dinner, still toot it up, not argue with you, and let you cheat in peace. So yeah, it's less stress for you. Now moving on to the woman and what they ask for in a man. I don't think you can't say that anymore. We don't know that to be a show that all women say, "Oh, I need a man that makes $100,000 a year."
Oh, okay. No. We was talking about the Kevin Samuels thing. The women who called in, this is what 90% of them said. You see what I'm saying? Now, this is still a pool of women who called in. You know what I'm saying? They are having a disagreement. So we're only hearing from the disagreeable side. But if you look at the comments, all the comments are agreeing too. So there's got to be some truth to it. If you got thousands of women, black women, who are all agreeing with what this lady's saying on here, you're still beautiful, queen. You're a 10 in my eyes. And they're all pandering the whole way down. And she's like he said, one of the clips you probably saw, you built like Lawrence Taylor back in the day. Right? It was funny. It was clickbait. And he knew that, but he spent a whole 3-4 years before that talking to just the men. This is what bro, you ain't got enough money. Bro, you only 5 foot something. You already in a limited pool. You better be going to the gym. Bro, you need to do. He was on men the whole time.
And then he switched to women.
But when the women started saying, do us, and he finally did it, the same way he was talking to the men is the same way he was talking to the women. Matter of fact, hey man, come to reality type shit. But it's taboo to do it to black women. So that's why it went viral.
The truth can be ugly. The truth can also be
be.
interesting. And the truth can also hurt.
Yeah.
All at the same time.
You have to work on it and be the best version of yourself, and you have to be realistic. You have to be realistic. Let's just leave it at that.
For sure.
Yeah, if you can't just say I need a man that makes $100,000 a year, and you don't even have a college degree, you don't even have half of that in the bank. How you want somebody to make $100,000 and you ain't even got 50?
I mean, but that happens all the time, though. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're 21 years old and you're fit and you smile a lot and you walk on South Beach by the yachts, somebody gonna invite you on.
They possibly would.
That's
They
just
possibly would.
the name of the game.
But
you ain't gotta have no degree
don't not find love and be happy because you're still looking for something that you, like you said, is only makes up 10% of the world.
But that's self-reflection, and that's what a lot Kevin Samuels did. Put a mirror there. Like,
You
hey,
just said-
what are you for real? And what do you feel like you deserve? Then you say that. You're not like, I'm open to meeting a man that treats me nice. If that was the response, you're winning. He says, congratulations and have a good day. And that's the end of the conversation.
I got 2 segues. You just said don't not. I just went to Krispy Kreme and donuts was $2 a piece for one donut.
I don't eat
just said
Krispy
that,
Kreme. Yuck.
I know. I'm just saying it was wild.
But we get it.
And then the other thing, while we're speaking on men, right?
Mm-hmm.
Upon doing my research, I seen that you were motivated and you turned your life around after a bad relationship, and this bad relationship was about a certain person that had a certain addiction. Now, we don't have to go into details about this situation, but learning from that story, because it was hilarious, by the way.
Oh, you talking about me?
Yeah.
Oh, you did your research.
Your crackhead story, right?
Oh my gosh, you really did your research.
I got to get a part of this story on this show.
And then we know that you have
story.
to go. So I know this is the last part, but we have to schedule a part 2 tonight so you can come back and we can finish. Actually.
Wait, let's pull this conversation
Go ahead,
back.
do the conversation. Go ahead, go.
Before,
I can't. You really did your research. I want to know where you found it at.
We're talking about men and all that good stuff, and all these ratings, and judging on who is a good man and not a good man, and what makes a good man. But sometimes bad men turn into divas of women, right? I know that kind of sounded kind of weird, but let it unpack. So let's speak about this bad man who transformed you and got you focused so you can get into this career.
First of all, thank you so much. Thank you for ruining my life and letting me come out of that egg and turn into all of this, because that was definitely the relationship that was like, okay,
yeah,
I got to get it together. You will meet, as a woman, you will meet somebody who will take you to the lowest point in your life.
Yep.
Emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, financially. You will meet a leech who has nothing to offer, disrespectful, abusive, and especially black women, every one of us, we meet those kind of men. The problem is, do you stay or do you get past it? And a lot of us, we stay. Or a lot of us fall into a cycle where we keep dating those kind of men. Very often do you meet somebody, or not too often do you meet somebody who's like that, and then you turn your life around. And I'm proud of myself because I turned my life around. I met somebody, just like you said, everything you said, and
they were
some,
an anchor,
and some. And I was at the lowest point of my life. I didn't care about how I looked. I was always stressed. I was taking care of everything. I was the breadwinner, the brains behind it all, just everything. And I wasn't putting any time into my passion. I met him when I came down here to, get into the entertainment world, start a life for myself, and nothing was getting done because I was so stressed out. Like I think I did one fashion show in 2 years. At my track record in Philly, I was doing fashion shows every season, plus hosting events, plus
he was holding you up, girl.
Holding me up, child. And then this man burnt the apartment down.
Burnt it down.
Burnt my apartment down, plus 4 other apartments in the building. All 5 apartments burnt down. I came home from work. I'll never forget it.
And you still was there for him.
No, I was not. I seen the apartment burnt down. I went to the hospital. I seen him in the hospital bed looking a mess. Looking a mess. I didn't even speak. I walked to the hospital door.
Did you bring him flowers?
No. I looked at that man for 1 second. I turned around and left Grady Hospital and never looked back. The next week, I got some money on my account. Plus, I got help from a job I was at. I bought myself a brand new apartment. The next week after that, I got new wigs, got new outfits. Within a month's time,
Let's talk about the bounce back.
The bounce back was the best part, baby.
Yes.
The bounce, once I got rid of that dead weight, that's another thing, ladies. When you get rid of the dead weight, that's when you really start waking up.
Yeah.
You started getting better for yourself. I started, getting my life together and getting back into
rebirth, baby.
Yeah, that's when I started going back to the interviews, and I was maybe doing 1 or 2 interviews at a time and just getting back into the swing of things. Mm-hmm. And then it just, it just gradually got better and better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Preach to him.
Preach. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Put yourself first.
I know I said a crazy take, but I'm with you.
Nah,
and I'm all about the rebirth.
The rebirth.
The rebrand, because you've been on this, you've been doing this your whole life, and you just had to refocus. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
Now where I'm at, I guess I be focusing on myself, child.
Yeah.
Don't let these men. They not putting no ring on it. Baby, please don't, because a lot of y'all black men will keep a girl as your girlfriend for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, still not married, y'all not advancing nowhere. You just literally somebody's girlfriend.
Hey, man,
you could be focusing on yourself, going to school, running a business, stacking money, traveling the country, eating good, living good. Like, nah, Focus on you, because if he really wants you and you really out here doing your thing, he will marry you and y'all will build something. But if they not coming like that, don't waste your time on no relationship, because that's all that you wasting time. Being somebody's girlfriend is a waste of time to me. I don't see the value in that.
I'll tell him again. Hey,
we gotta build.
And I'm gonna tell you, let Carisha live, so we can have Carisha live.
Let Carisha live so we can have Carisha live.
Yeah, man,
lit.
I'm cooking.
Hallelujah.
That's lit.
Cooking.
Cook. Let him cook. I like it.
Hey, look, we can't hold you all day.
I know.
You got another engagement.
I had to get it up out you.
You
I'll
have to
take
come back,
another my
though.
stir break, because y'all was lit today, honey.
You gotta come back. You gotta come back.
And
Now, let's talk about what you got before you get out of here. Let's talk about what you got coming, man. We know we got the Live with Carisha show. Follow her on all platforms. Look for her on YouTube. It's very easy to find. She's out here in the streets. She's on the internet streets as well.
Ooh.
But yeah, what else you got going on? Are you a part of that new show that they got?
What new show?
It's a talent.
American Soul Star?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know when it's coming to Tubi, but it's coming to Tubi.
Lit.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're hosting that?
Yes, I did host it. We finished filming it.
Okay.
Nice.
And
Thank you.
what else we got? We got some movies. What we got?
I don't know. I met with some people about an upcoming talk show that's in the works right now. So if it comes to pass, it does. But right now, just working on my media portfolio, staying busy. Definitely tapping in with more Black businesses in Atlanta, because I feel like that's a great area and they need an outlet. And I'm not talking about like the high end businesses. I'm talking about the small mom and pop shops that might not have 200,000 followers. So I'm shedding light on small businesses, small business owners, entrepreneurs, chefs, authors. I'm staying in that area, still working with independent artists, and I'm going to be taking some trips out the country to build my journalistic portfolio.
Yeah,
Nice.
international, baby.
Period.
We're taking this shit international.
And will.
And and enjoyed it. And enjoyed the conversation. Again, we got kind of off the rails a little bit, but I think that's what we were talking about as far as being provocative. It's okay to be a little biased. You gotta live. You gotta share your experience. That's what this is all about. We appreciate you sharing your experience, because you are always taking experiences from so many different people.
And happy birthday.
Thank you.
And happy birthday.
Happy birthday to all the
Pisces
Pisces.
season,
All
baby.
the
Pisces
Yes.
season.
Happy
So
birthday.
come back and see us on the Word of the Net podcast. I can't wait again. I'm gonna get myself together so we can sit on the Live with Carisha show, and just many blessings and prosperous journey.
Thank
that you're
you.
going through in this media situation.
I received that. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So get your interviews. You know what I'm saying? Get her to host. She trying to host a wedding.
Yep.
Somebody
I
need
do want to
their
host
wedding
somebody's
host.
wedding.
Somebody need a wedding
The
host.
first one's on me. The
or-
first one's free. I'm gonna show you
Wedding
what
turned
I can
up.
do.
Have your
she
wedding
gonna
turned up.
Turn up whatever the situation is. You're gonna bring that light. You're gonna bring that sparkle. You're gonna bring that professionalism. Carisha the Diva, everybody. Any last shout outs that you gotta get before you get out of here?
Yeah, shout out myself. I'm joking.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate me.
Absolutely, and Will, for all this hard work. No, I'm just joking. Shout out the team, my manager, ED Entertainment, who's like the number one booking manager, number one manager in Atlanta.
That's
No
my
one works
homie.
harder than ED Entertainment. My sister, Crystal LaLucci, the Glam Squad, for MagRag for my brand ambassadorship, and all of my supporters. I love you all.
Tell Crystal come get her interview. 'Cause
Come get your
And
interview.
whoever
I definitely owe her
dresses this woman,
For
you know what I'm saying? You have a stylist?
No.
Oh.
I dress myself.
Oh.
And then some of the girlies at MagRag, I have a brand ambassador with them. But I be just, coming up with stuff.
Oh. Look. Hey, I love it, man. So
Thank you.
we'll be seeing you around, Carisha.
Okay.
I can't wait.
Okay.
Part 2 coming soon.
I hope everybody enjoyed themselves. On behalf of DJ Deceptacon, I am Dame Dozha, and
DJ
this is
Deceptacon, word on the net.
yeah.